Islanders GM Lou Lamoriello made some roster moves during the first couple of days of free agency, and my man ain't done yet. So let's talk all things Owls with our New York Post Islander beat writer, Ethan Sears. Ethan Sears in the building. What's going on, my man? Thanks for hopping on with us. Season over, draft over, I guess, big part of free agency over. So let's do a quick recap to get you out on vacation, my man. New guy, Anthony Duclair. Patty Waugh wanted him. Lamoriello went and got him. So what are the Islanders getting with Duclair?
Well, Brandon, first of all, thanks for having me. And with Anthony Duclair, they're getting speed and they're getting scoring, which is exactly what they've needed. This is someone who, when he's healthy, has pretty regularly scored, between 20 and 25 goals a year. He's going to slide in right on that top line next to Bo Horvat and Matt Barzal. That's a roster hold they've had for a long time. He signed a pretty team-friendly deal, $3.5 million a year. That's probably a pretty solid number for them, and he should fit in pretty well with those guys. Most of that scoring is coming 5-on-5. That's where they have struggled to score. I'm curious whether he will end up being on the power play or not, but regardless, a strong signing for them.
He and Patrick Waugh have some familiarity with each other as well, right?
Yeah. So he, when he was in junior hockey, that's, well over a decade ago.
Okay.
We're talking, I think 2011 through 2013, he played for Patrick Waugh with the Quebec Remparts, and he actually said that, Patrick called him, and was a big reason why he came to the Islanders. He loved playing for him. He thinks he knows what he's going to get with Patrick, and he said when someone like that calls you and says that they want you, it's pretty hard to say no.
All right, Quebec, my favorite province in Canada. So what and who's left on Lou Lamoriello's off-season to-do list?
Yeah, well, the big question is, are they going to try to make, some kind of trade that is going to, further, change the makeup of this roster in a big way? Or are they going to just, re-sign their restricted free agents and probably call it a summer? So that would be, Simon Holmstrom, Ruslan Ishakov, Oliver Wahlstrom. Those are their restricted free agents. And Matt Martin and Cal Clutterbuck, I should just add, they're still out there as unrestricted free agents. It would be a surprise if they came back to the Islanders, but that's technically still a possibility at this point. And, if they make some kind of trade, then that's where you would maybe see something that would further, really change what this roster looks like. It would have to be by a trade. All of the big name free agents are gone, and the Islanders don't really have the cap space to go after one of those anyway.
So assuming there's no big trade, let's look at the roster right now. Where does this team stack up on paper against the other teams in the Met, and have they upgraded?
They've definitely upgraded. I think without a doubt they're better now than they were 2 weeks ago, or at the end of their season. What I am less sure of is whether or not they have fundamentally changed their ceiling, right? If the bar is beating Carolina, right, because that's the team that beat them in the first round of the playoffs 2 years in a row, I don't know whether it's changed. Like, I am skeptical that they would now beat Carolina in a playoff series, but they would certainly have a much better chance. Duclair makes them better. Having a full season under Patrick Waugh makes them better. And you also have to remember that they're hoping that Ilya Sorokin will bounce back and look a lot more like the 2022-23 version that was, keeping them in every game, that was contending for a Vezina trophy, than, the version last year who was, struggling down the stretch and got benched in the playoffs. So, if those two sort of, I guess, internal things happen, then okay, maybe they're, maybe they do change that equation a little bit. But that's something that we can't know until it happens.
All right, we're about 3 months away from the opening week in the NHL new season. Ethan, enjoy your vacation, man, and we appreciate the reports.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you, Brandon.